The sun was setting over the hills of Judah, painting the sky in streaks of red and gold. The air was thick with the weight of oppression, for the Philistines ruled over Israel with cruel strength. Yet among the people, there was one man who stood apart, Samson, the Nazirite warrior whose birth had been foretold by an angel. From the moment he drew his first breath, he was chosen, a living symbol of God's promise to deliver his people. His hair, long and uncut, was the mark of his vow to God, and his strength was unlike anything the world had seen. With his bare hands, he could tear apart a lion, lift the gates of a city, or strike down 1,000 men. But though his body was mighty, his heart was still human, restless, passionate, and easily stirred. For years, Samson's strength had made him a legend, a hero whispered about in the villages of Israel. Yet behind the stories of power was a man struggling with purpose. He longed for peace, for belonging, and for love. That longing led him to the land of the Philistines, to a woman he thought he could trust. But the heart is a fragile thing, and Samson's heart would soon be tested. When the woman's father gave her away to another man, the pain struck Samson like a sword. He felt betrayed, humiliated, and consumed by a fire that no enemy's weapon could match. It was the kind of anger that blinds reason, the kind that whispers, "Make them feel what you feel." Samson's mind turned to revenge. He looked out across the vast fields of the Philistines, golden grain swaying in the wind, the pride of their harvest. Those fields fed their soldiers, filled their storehouses, and symbolized their power. To destroy them would be to strike at the heart of their strength. In his fury, Samson caught 300 foxes, sleek, wild creatures that darted through the night. Pairing them by their tails, he fastened a burning torch between each pair. The foxes twisted and yelped, terrified, as Samson set them loose among the fields. First there was silence. Then came the crackle, the sharp hiss of fire meeting dry grain. Flames leapt into the air, spreading faster than anyone could run. The fire swept through the valleys, devouring everything in its path. Fields, vineyards, olive groves. The night sky turned red, and the Philistines woke to the horror of their world on fire. Smoke choked the heavens as the flames danced higher, painting the darkness with the color of Samson's wrath. The people screamed and fled, but there was no stopping it. Samson watched from a distance, his face lit by the blaze, his heart pounding with a strange mix of satisfaction and sorrow. By morning, the Philistine land was nothing but ashes, blackened soil where golden grain once stood. The smell of smoke lingered in the air for days, and the people wailed in despair. But the Philistines were not a people to suffer quietly. Their anger turned to vengeance, and they demanded to know who had done this terrible thing. When they learned it was Samson, and that his fury had been born from betrayal, they struck back with cruelty. They burned the house of the woman Samson had once loved, and all who lived within it. The fire that Samson had started had come full circle, devouring not just his enemy's fields, but his own heart. When the news reached Samson, his grief turned into something deeper, darker. He realized that revenge never ends with one act, it only multiplies the pain. Whether you are a parent guiding your child, a student exploring new ideas, or someone simply hungry to grow, Parism Page Studios is your home for stories that teach, inspire, and transform. At Parism Page Studios, we believe every voice can teach, every story can heal, and every moment of learning can light a new path. The link is in the bio. Click it now and enlighten your mind.